It is just a single thread, intricately woven. But this thread is not simple and straight. It bends and twists and doubles itself in ways we can barely comprehend. This, dear reader, is the essence of reincarnation. Gather Yuneo say, imagine for a moment that you are not the product of your current life experiences, but the culmination of countless lives lived before. Você neo sabe o que fazer? That is the power of past lives. It is a concept that has fascinated humanity for thousands of years and continues to capture our imaginations in the modern era. As you begin your journey of self-discovery, ask yourself these provocative questions. Have you ever felt an inexplicable connection to a certain period in history or a distant place you've never visited? Have you found yourself drawn to a particular skill or interest with an inexplicable natural affinity? Do you have a recurring pattern in your relationships or careers, feeling like you're repeating the same scenarios over and over again? These questions are not simply rhetorical. They are a gateway to understanding the profound impact that past lives can have on your present existence. The concept of karma, often misunderstood in Western culture, plays a key role in this understanding. Karma is not simply a system of punishment and reward in the universe. Rather, it is the accumulation of unresolved experiences and lessons that our soul carries from one life to the next. Think of karma as the spiritual equivalent of compound interest. Each action, thought, and intention creates an energetic imprint that continues to shape our future life circumstances. This is why we often get caught in cyclical patterns, facing similar challenges or opportunities in other lifetimes. It is as if our soul presents us with the same test over and over again, until we finally learn the lesson and break the cycle. Take a moment now to reflect on your life. Are you still struggling? Is this the case? Or maybe you feel a heavy sense of guilt on your conscience, although you can't pinpoint the exact cause. Are you affected by your current reality? Consider Sarah, a young woman who has always been in the medical field. From an early age, she discovered an uncanny ability to comfort the suffering and an intuitive understanding of the human body. Yuneo say, part of it, and led her to a fulfilling medical career in this life. Consider Michael the businessman. He made a move. As Michael explored his past life, he discovered a life of extreme poverty and deprivation. The fear of lack that he experienced then still drives his actions in the present, creating a cycle of endless effort that leaves him dissatisfied. These examples show how past life experiences manifest in our present reality, shaping our personality, fears, and desires. But rather than being a deterministic force that locks us into predetermined patterns, understanding our past lives can be a powerful tool for personal transformation. By exploring the rich tapestry of our soul's journey, we gain valuable insights into core issues that have followed us through many incarnations, allowing us to break free and embrace our full potential. Imagine that you could find the source of your persistent fears in your past life. With this knowledge, you could heal old wounds and free yourself from their grip in the present. Você pode fazer isso. Think about how it could give you the strength to approach them more faithfully. As you stand at the threshold of this exploration, I want to tell you that the journey ahead is one of profound growth and self-discovery. As you embrace the concept of past lives, you gain a broader perspective on existence, one that spans centuries and transcends the limitations of a single lifetime. In the following chapters, we will delve deeper into specific archetypes and patterns that often emerge from past life influences. We will explore tools. Most importantly, we will begin a transformational journey that will empower you to live more fully and authentically in the here and now. Remember, the goal of this exploration is not to dwell on the past or use past lives as excuses for your current situation. Rather, it is to gain a deeper understanding of your soul's journey, to recognize what has shaped your being, and to use that knowledge to make positive changes in your current life. You may divert, or I ask you to approach me. Allow yourself to be curious, to ask questions, to explore. Your past lives are not separate from who you are today. They are an essential part of the ongoing evolution of your soul. As the great Carl Jung said, "I am not what happened to me, but what I choose to become." By understanding your past lives, you are empowered to make more conscious choices about who you want to be in this life. This is the true power of past life exploration, the ability to transform your present and shape your future by understanding the rich tapestry of your soul's journey. Dear readers, Are you ready to embark on this fascinating journey of self-discovery? Are you ready to unravel the mysteries of your past lives and use their wisdom to create a more fulfilling present? If so, turn the page and let's begin this transformative adventure together. As we delve deeper into the archetypes that often appear in our past lives, we encounter two seemingly opposing but intricately connected roles, the loner and the leader. These archetypes, shaped by countless life experiences, can have a profound impact on our current behavior, relationships, and life choices. Let's explore each one in turn to unravel the threads of our past experiences that have woven these patterns into the fabric of our present existence. First, let's think about loner. You're so lonely. This image can resonate deeply with some people, evoking a familiar pain of loneliness or a comforting sense of self-reliance. Now, imagine living a life as a hermit in a remote mountain cave, devoting years to spiritual meditation, or as a lighthouse keeper on a remote coast, staying up all night. You say, in your current life, the influence of the loner archetype can manifest itself in a variety of ways. You say, large social gatherings can feel overwhelming, draining your energy and making you miss the quiet sanctuary of solitude. Consider the case of Emily, a talented writer who was always out of place in social situations. Withdrawn, Emily discovered through past life regression a series of isolated lives as a nun in a convent, a prisoner in solitary confinement, and a lonely explorer exploring unknown territories. Say, had difficulty feeling like she belonged. The emotional impact of the loner archetype can be enormous. It often brings with it the gifts of self-reliance, introspection, and a rich inner life. But it can also lead to feelings of alienation and a deep fear of intimacy. People who are strongly influenced by this archetype may struggle with a sense of not belonging and of being fundamentally different from others. They build emotional walls to protect themselves, unconsciously reproducing the isolation they experienced in their past lives. Say, however, it is important to understand that the loner archetype, like all aspects of past life experiences, is not a life sentence. Awareness is the first step toward change. By recognizing the impact of past isolation on your current tendencies, you can make a conscious choice to balance your need for isolation with meaningful relationships with others. Now let's turn our attention to the leader archetype. In contrast to the lonely loner, he often carries the burden of isolation. While this image can bring a surge of confidence to some, others may feel the weight of familiar expectations settling on them. The leader archetype often appears in past lives where you held significant authority and influence. Perhaps you once wore the crown of a powerful king and made decisions that affected the lives of thousands of people. Or you led an army into battle and carried the fate of a nation on your shoulders. These leadership experiences are repeated over many lifetimes and can instill a natural inclination to take charge and command in your current life. They may feel most comfortable when they are in control of a situation and may have difficulty when they have to follow the lead of others. Leadership roles seem to seek them out, even if they do not actively seek them out. Take the example of James, a middle manager in a large corporation. He always felt destined for more. He often looked to him for guidance and direction. As he explored his past lives, James discovered a series of reincarnations in positions of power, including as a tribal chief, military general, and influential religious leader. These experiences honed his leadership skills and instilled in him a deep sense of responsibility for others. However, the leader archetype, like the loner, has its own set of challenges. The weight of responsibilities from a past life can manifest as an overwhelming sense of obligation in the present. The leader may have difficulty delegating tasks and may feel like he or she must shoulder all the burdens say. But no, their drive to lead and achieve can sometimes overshadow their personal relationships and self-care. They may have difficulty showing vulnerability or admitting when they need help, a trait that can strain both personal and adversarial relationships. It is interesting to note that the loner and leader archetypes, while seemingly different, are often intertwined. Many great leaders throughout history have been essentially isolated figures, and their isolation has helped to fuel their leadership. Conversely, many who identify strongly with the loner archetype may find themselves thrust into leadership roles, but their unique perspective and self-reliance make them invaluable guides to others. The key to dealing with these two archetypes is balance and integration. For the loner, the challenge is to respect the need for isolation while also creating meaningful connections with others. This may involve setting healthy boundaries, finding ways to recharge in isolation, and gradually expanding the comfort zone in social situations. It may mean learning to delegate, developing trust in others, and making time for personal reflection and recovery. As you reflect on these archetypes, think about which one resonates more strongly with you. Do you feel the pull of isolation, the comfort of your own company, or do you feel the weight of leadership, the desire to lead and influence others? Perhaps you can recognize both elements in yourself. Remember, these archetypes are not mutually exclusive, nor are they fixed destinies. They do not determine your current reality. By recognizing these patterns, we gain the power to consciously work with them, build on their strengths, and solve their challenges. Understanding these archetypes in our journey of self-discovery through past life exploration can provide valuable insight into our behavioral and tendential patterns. It provides a framework for understanding why we feel more comfortable in certain roles or situations and struggle in others. I hope you take a moment to think about what you want to do. What do you want to do? What is the difference between being a man and a woman? How have these tendencies shaped your relationships, your career choices, and your life path? In the following chapters, we will explore more archetypes and delve deeper into how our past lives shape our present reality. But for now, sit with these insights. Let them seep into your consciousness, revealing aspects of yourself that you may not have fully understood before. Remember, the goal of this exploration is not to categorize or limit yourself, but to expand your understanding of the complex, multifaceted being that you are. By doing so, you shape your future with awareness and intention. Whether you identify more strongly as a loner or a leader, or a unique mix of the two, you must know that they are simply aspects of your rich and complex soul history. They are tools in your spiritual toolkit, experiences that you can draw on as you navigate the challenges and opportunities of your current life. As we move forward, keep an open mind and an open heart. The journey of self-discovery through past life exploration continues and is full of surprises, challenges, and profound insights. Accept each revelation as a step toward greater self-understanding and personal growth. In the next chapter, we explore another fascinating archetype that often emerges from our past life experiences, the spiritual seeker. This archetype brings with it unique talents and challenges, and often intertwines with loners and leaders in interesting ways. So turn the page and continue your journey deep into the history of your soul. As we delve deeper into the landscape of past life archetypes, we meet a central figure in humanity's spiritual evolution, the spiritual seeker. This archetype embodies the eternal human search for meaning, transcendence, and connection with the divine. The inexplicable pull towards spiritual practice, the profound curiosity about the mysteries of existence, and the EU Tenho Imagine a lonely figure sitting at the foot of a sacred mountain, deep in meditation. Imagine a robed priest performing complex rituals in an ancient temple, or a shaman traveling between worlds to bring healing to a tribe. These are all expressions of the spiritual seeker archetype, roles that many of us have played on our soul's long journey through time. Spiritual seekers often emerge from past lives devoted to a dedicated spiritual practice. Perhaps you once lived as a monk in a remote monastery, devoting your days to prayer and meditation. You may have explored EU. These lives of spiritual exploration leave an indelible mark on the soul, often manifesting in the present as a deep yearning for spiritual connection and understanding. The influence of the spiritual seeker archetype in your current life can manifest in a variety of ways. You may be naturally drawn to spiritual or metaphysical topics, devouring books on philosophy, religion, or esoteric practices. Perhaps you feel most alive when engaging in meditation, yoga, or other spiritual practices. You may have a natural affinity for healing modalities, or a keen intuition that seems to transcend logical explanation. Consider Sophia's story. She was a corporate lawyer who, despite her professional success, always felt that something was missing in her life. She was inexplicably drawn to Eastern philosophy and meditation, and often spent her free time at spiritual retreats in EU. Through past life regression, Sophia discovered a series of lives devoted to spiritual pursuits, Tibetan Buddhist nuns, Sufi mystics, and Native American medicine books. This provided context for her sense of disconnection from her materialistic lifestyle. The spiritual seeker archetype often brings with it the gift of deep capacity for intuition, compassion, and inner peace. Deshu, entrem contact comme vous say. You are not alone, but like all archetypes, the spiritual seeker also faces its own set of challenges. It is a struggle to fit in. People who are strongly influenced by this archetype may feel a constant tension between their spiritual aspirations and the practical needs of the material world.